Pisces, welcome back. We're here to do your update for August 2022. Yes, we have your star signs via the website. So if you do want additional content, you can get it both free and paid. We have VIP subscriptions as well. Now, in the month of August, we are going to cover your overall energy, and I'm going to dip into your love life, your career, your finances, as well as your wellness to get you covered for the rest of the month. Now, you guys seem to be dealing, especially from your cards, there is changes, okay? So at a personal level, I do feel you're particularly changing. It can feel very flighty for you, especially because we do have Neptune retrograde in your star sign. A lot of you, just temporarily, this can actually feel, let's just say it, a little bit like a midlife crisis, but it's not a midlife crisis. It's changes happening, and it's how do I understand these things? Why am I personally feeling this way? We can also feel like we need to recoup, we need to recover. So some of you could feel a little bit run down. I do feel these changes that you're wanting to make, you already subconsciously know what they are. And maybe there was some sense of delay in applying them, in approaching, and something might happen, you know, at a drop of a hat, and then suddenly you're having to address it. Communication also, I do feel it's to do with movement. I feel it's to do with communication coming in. And I feel the tension is because there feels to be a little bit of an imbalance at the moment. A lot going on at home, a lot going on with location. There could potentially be issues around work and love, and it feels a lot, okay? I do feel there's opportunities for you guys at the moment, and you're trying to take a leap of faith forward. Some of you are thinking, okay, I've just got to dive in. I've just got to jump in the deep end. You could be really critical on yourself at the moment. You know, why didn't I do X, Y, and Z? I'm feeling, you know, you guys really do have super good instincts, and I feel some of you are reflecting upon both where you are right now and also the past. And I feel it was if you had made a decision against your better judgment, you kind of have a little bit of regrets. Now, I still feel it's going to be okay, but it's like you're digging in, you're restructuring, you're doing what you need to do to get that ball moving forward in the way you feel, you know, spiritually that you should be heading forward. Now, I feel it was, again, the writing was on the wall, something needed to change. So, again, you can be quite critical, but you're going to have to be pretty careful because you can be very sensitive to environments, you know, trying to not go to extremes with drinking or caffeine. Definitely on the fatigue level, a lot of you moving towards mid-month, you're going to have this breakthrough, but you're going to feel as though you don't have to be everything to everyone. I think sometimes, especially in layman's terms of life and astrologically, we tend to, at a personal level, feel we need to be something for somebody. And then we realize, well, against our better judgment, you know, was that something that we felt we needed to be, or rather a personal expectation somebody else had, etc. I feel now you're trying to find that new identity of yourself. You're trying to find that new vibration. And I do feel by mid-month especially, love can actually throughout the month of August be quite positive for you, but you at a personal level might feel like you're on a Martian, on another planet, because you at a personal level are going through changes. I do feel, you know, sometimes it's like we have to be cruel to be kind. And some of you are maybe being critical on yourself because you had to make a hard judgment. And I do feel particularly at the moment, it's like, you know, trying to be stern, trying to be cruel. Maybe people aren't understanding what's personally going on with you at the moment. If there is something that you need to tackle, I do feel you're going to be able to address it. But I do feel for a little bit, it could be a little bit testing. I feel for some of you, it's funny because, you know, look, it's either that there's some communication coming in. You do need to be extremely careful in the month of August 2022 with your driving. There could be something to do with a vehicle going on. Some of you could be trying to multitask, maybe sharing a vehicle. You know, if I'm hearing car, and this is to do with the situation that's playing out. It's becoming quite frustrating. Again, some of you, it could be, you know, trying to get everything done in one day and your day-to-day activities. It feels a little bit of a burden. You could be pulled in between too many directions. And I do feel it's going to ease up by mid-month, but I do feel this intensity for your star sign in the first half of the month, moving into the full moon in Aquarius. And I feel you just have to go really easy. And I can't say let's go easy into the month. I think the month's going to come at us metaphorically, but trying to get your ducks in the row, trying to be patient with those circumstances, expressing it to individuals around you so they understand where the, you know, metaphorical line is drawn. Then we're not going to get into too much of a pickle, but there can be some stress. I do feel you're just trying to get everything done and you're trying to be patient with the circumstance. Some of you, especially if you do have children, I do think you might get a little bit grumpy. I feel this is by the second week of August 2022. But again, with creative projects, that also can be happening where you're trying to get something off the ground. This again could be you're trying to fix a car, you're trying to get things done. Ultimately, I feel whatever you're trying to be patient with, I think it's over the board. You're trying to be patient with other people, but this is quite simmering at the moment. Now, I do feel there could be some feelings of control going on, and that can be with people around you. I don't feel it's you controlling, Pisces. I feel it's somebody trying to control you, and there could be a little bit of insecurity there. There could potentially, for some of you, feel that there are some insecurities coming up. This can be, you know, body image related. It might be, again, I feel it's more control. I don't really feel it's to do with, hey, I think you like somebody else. I think it's more to do with this feeling of a push-pull dynamic, and that's going to be for singles, couples. I feel you're wanting something to look a little bit different than what it looks like right now. If anything, I feel some of you could turn the negative into a positive, and it's looking at it as a motivation, as a driving force to make those dreams come true. But I do feel there could be a feeling of lack mentality just for a little bit. Definitely, you know, within your area of career, I'd say be careful at work, because I do feel there's somebody that's a little bit intimidated by you. Yes. There could be something coming up, especially in group energies. I feel it's sort of like group energies could be a little bit testing this month. But I do feel, you know, you're trying to keep everything private. You don't want arguments. You don't want hassle. So it feels like wherever you're receiving that from, you're pushing it back and you just don't want to talk about it. And I feel it's just, can we move forward? Can we move forward? I keep hearing. I do feel if somebody has told a porcupine to you, you're going to smell it well and truly. I also feel you're trying to put a brave face on the circumstance, even though you feel very bogged down. I feel some of you are actually having a career transition. Career definitely looks positive for you, but I'm feeling overall in your direct, intimate connections, there is this, there's the pocket at the first part of the month that can still be romantic, but I do feel from the 11th onwards, it feels very, okay, we need to get moving. We need to actually make some solid decisions. I feel for those of you that have no communication with this individual, it's this intensity of a build-up and communication pending to come in. I do feel this courage to move forward to brighter horizons can be making you go down memory lane, and some of you can be bumping into blasts from the past. I feel overall at the moment, you know, in the first half of the month, I feel some of you are actually, and this is an odd download, but this is what I'm sensing, it's like wanting to be alone just for a minute. So I don't think it's a permanent thing, and I don't think it's you never want to be in a relationship, especially for those of you that are single. I just feel you may be you might be internalizing things and really not want to be around people as much because they may irritate you. I feel after it passes, you're going to have this openness, but you're going to be able to kind of, you know, ground yourself to the point where you're anchored in and you feel more open to that. But in the first 2 weeks, I really feel you could be very hot and not with it, very interested in flight and disinterested, so to speak. Some of that could be coming through, you know, it could have been coming through last month, but I feel it's more so in the first week of August. I feel if there are things, you want to know that you can trust the person, but you also don't want to have to tell everything. You don't want to have to answer to a situation. What do I mean by that? If you've had relationships in the past or something that you're currently in, and you feel that you're genuine, you're loving, you're caring, you're intuitive. If you've been a carer of an energy, it's feeling a little bit burdensome. It's feeling a little bit that it's bogging you down. Again, it can be due to the fact that you're having to move forward, bounce back, maybe had been run down. I do feel some of you are actually needing to get a little bit more rest, and maybe the perspective would change in the direct dynamic. I don't feel it's a negative one this month. I do feel as you progress through the month, you could be more adventurous. Some of you may plan a future holiday. Some of you can have catch-ups, meetups with these individuals. Some of you definitely are going to be in those partnerships talking about, how would I describe it? The future, stability, how it's going to look, what that would look like. Those of you in a partnership, I do feel that your partner's income will be changing. That can be for the better. I feel that there's something that hasn't ended for you and it needs addressing. There can be a conversation with a father figure for some of you. For some of you, this is an ex. Some of you, this could be, your ex. I'm just male or female ex, especially for those of you that are co-parenting. There's something in the mix going on relating to children. Some of you can be, there's a bit of rain between you and this person. As I mentioned, I really do feel it's just that in the first week of August, you're going to feel a bit funky. So, for those of you in direct connections, I'd suggest maybe keeping that communication open, saying, look, I'm really run down. I really I feel inside myself at the moment. Don't take it personal. I'm just doing me. And of course they will take it personal, but that's a them issue, I think those that really love you, they're always going to directly understand. Those of you, if there is room between you and another individual in the sense of romance, I feel that there is going to be that healing that comes about. In the area of your career, though, there appears to be maybe a pay rise, maybe a transformation, maybe you're moving from one industry to another. I feel some sense of change is happening, and I do think this is going to be really good. I feel this can be super positive, and I kind of feel if you are looking for work, this is the time to jump in right now. You want to do that well and truly before the end of the month. I feel those big changes are going to bring big new beginnings, and for you, Pisces, honestly, you can have some lady luck throughout the year. Especially as, we're going to have a lot of retrogrades. I feel for your star sign, you're definitely, if you put your best foot forward now, rest where you can. But I do feel this could be a contract that could be one that goes the distance. But if you can't see something going anywhere, there could be a major decision that you need to make to end a cycle. In your area of money, again, you're getting run down. Some of you can feel as though you're wanting more. Well, you don't want, how do I explain it? Sometimes this is investment. Sometimes it's, okay, how can I better manage my finances? Some of you could actually be looking at savings and things to that degree, but a different way to actually create an income without having to physically be there every single day. To generate the same eat, pray, repeat, so to speak. So you're kind of thinking outside the box. Some of you, this could be a business. But you're feeling you're your own worst enemy in the area of such, because some of it's just not motivating you. So again, it can be that this career, money isn't everything, so to speak, but it also pays the bills. So I think you're kind of practically looking at life and going, okay, where do I want to be? And I do feel a lot of us are going to start looking at life very 3D. It's like, okay, how do I get my ducks in a row so I can live a life more sustainable due to what is happening in the collective? So I feel, in a way, if you feel money has been strained through your fingers or you haven't had the energy to achieve some of these things, you're getting really worn out, You might need a mini 2.5. I feel most of you aren't going to have that, Dales. I'll just be perfectly honest. It's choosing what is going to work best for you. It's being practical about how long that's going to take. Lady Luck is here for us. But I also feel really being maybe strict on, you know, who you give to. I feel a major planet's coming. I do feel this idea could be a brand new idea. And this brand new idea can be how it's going to physically change the platform of life. For some of you, like I mentioned, it is a career transition. Some of you, I do feel you want to treat someone. Okay, for your wellness, I feel, again, I was mentioning at the beginning of the video to do with your sensitivity. Yes, you can be, and you do need to be careful of pacifiers this month, especially because we do have Neptune retrograde and Chiron retrograde. There could be something in your diet at the moment that you're needing to cut out. There could be something that you need to look at, and I think it's probably from the 11th onwards, but it feels like it's already playing out now. Whatever this change is, you know, sometimes these can be where we get run down, you know, we're going, we're jumping in, we're angels fair to tread and having to sometimes. And you finally get yourself really run down, and this is when all those energies come back. You know, you're getting yourself run down, the emotions come back up. I feel an old situation is going to crop up. For some of you, if you've had something that you've been dealing with for a long time, there could be a breakthrough with it. I do feel there could be a change, but they're saying many of you are feeling as though by mid-month that you want to have a change of lifestyle. And I feel this is both reducing stress, loving oneself. Yes, to do with your finances, it's definitely going to benefit it. But it feels like whatever you're doing to change it, you're going to have more vitality. You're going to have more energy. I also feel your direct environment can be changing as well. This can be beautifying it. It may be for some of you that you're moving. And I am also sensing as well, be careful, because for some of you, there could be a baby. Yeah. I don't know why I'm hearing blood pressure. You've got to be careful with the intakes of the things that you're having at the moment, because it feels as though it's pressure, right? So it's stress, it's tension, it's feeling as though that the work level of what you're doing at the moment, something is impacting you. Yes, it can be due to Aries and Chiron retrograde that we're getting run down. You're going to come out of it because we have wellness and reverses. Oh, yeah, maybe you do need to take a little bit extra care this month. But I feel if you have a very structured routine, and if you're, you know, getting enough sleep and you're drinking enough liquid, you're going to be okay. And that is the other thing. Definitely, Pisces, please drink extra water this month. You guys do have a lot of crown chakra going on. And I also feel you can be a little bit more indulgent in the first 2 weeks of the month. After that, you're going to find that that's going to settle down. And I do feel from a Venus point of view, we can be a little bit critical of ourselves with our wellness, but we can be making some very strict changes. Love and light. I will see you through the month. If you want your mid-month and the beginning of your month, you can go to my website and we have those online. Take care, beautifuls, and I'll see you soon.